Hello, this is Lori Michelle to answer and ask the Moshiach question. Will Putin use nukes? I wouldn't know the answer to that. You don't know the answer to that, but the King of the universe knows. And he told me to pose that question and answer it with his answer. Yes. He answered yes. He just said emphatically yes. Will he use them tomorrow? He won't say. Will he use them a year from now? He just said, I still won't say. But the question is, will Putin use nukes? And the King of the universe says, yes, he will. The White House says, nah, don't worry about nukes. And the King of the universe, Hashem, God, our creator, he just said the words, worry about that. Worry isn't going to solve the problem, but a lot of you aren't scared. And I don't understand that. I've been frightened for years. It doesn't stop me, doesn't immobilize me, doesn't leave me with the blankets over my head saying I'm not coming out. I'm just going to go to sleep and never wake up. Quit. I'm not a quitter. Problem is, most of you have not gotten started. And you think the problem is Vladimir Putin, or you think maybe the problem is the White House, the left-wing liberals, they're the problem. Or maybe the left-wing liberals think it's those conservative monsters who are trying to take away our democracy and our freedom. Or maybe it's the Canadians, they're the problem. And the answer to that question, which I didn't even pose, but I've spoken about it, is you're all the problem. Every one of you. And he says, I'm the solution. And you're not listening to me. A lot of you are listening now. Not a lot, a little, but it's growing. You're not scared enough. Putin didn't drop the first nuke. Will he drop the first nuke? I don't know. Someone will. There's going to be a nuclear war. And there will be, he just said, more than one dropped. How many? He won't tell me. I don't want to know. One is enough for me to worry about. More than one? He says, worry about it. We will see this. Will we see it tomorrow in the Ukraine? I hope not. I've seen enough. I've seen enough children die. This is horrible to me. And I look at the news feed and I read comments online and I wonder what you're thinking. I could see what you're thinking, but you're not thinking correctly. You think it's someone else's fault, that we'll just get Trump back in the White House. And if Trump was president, this never would have happened. And maybe it would have stopped Putin before he went into Ukraine, maybe. But it was always going to start, and it started now. I have a lot of conversations with him that no one's hearing. Nobody's hearing. And I don't understand why you're not the least bit curious. But I'll wave my book, the Torah Part 2, like a flag, like I always do, and tell you this is the beginning. This is the cliff notes to world redemption. And I hope more of you start listening, but sadly, until that nuke drops, most of you aren't going to listen to me, take me seriously. Ha, 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 grandma's going to save the world. Well, why isn't that interesting? Why isn't that inspiring? Someone has to do this. I don't want to do this. I have to do this. I must do this. Why do you think you're exonerated? Are you a mom? Do you care about your children? Learn something. Learn what you're doing wrong. Oh, you're not doing anything wrong. And I'm not listening to you, Lori Michelle. You think you're so great. No, I don't. I don't think I'm great at all. He does. Oh, shut up, Lori Michelle. No, I won't. I'll give you a little story if you bothered to listen this far to the Mashiach, the only one that's coming. I'm not happy about it. You should be happy about it. This morning, I took my morning run on love with the King of the Universe. We run on love together. I run on love with God. And I ran down a street and I saw a woman in a car with other women trying to parallel park. I used to have a car years ago, so I know how to parallel park properly. You pull up straight and then you back into the spot. That's how you learn how to parallel park. Well, this woman was doing it the right way. She had a guy right behind her and she slowed up and saw an empty spot. And then she pulled up in front of the spot to back into it. And what happened? The guy in back of her went headfirst into the spot, stole it right from her, right before my eyes. And I said, Hashem, it's useless. Look at that idiot. Look at that moron. And you're going to agree with me, right? What a moron. How could he do that to those women? Why did he steal their spot? And you know what he did? He yelled at them. Blah, 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 blah. Go over there to the parking lot. This is my spot. I don't know why he thought it was their spot, his spot. It was clearly the women's spot. It was very, very clear who was right and who was wrong, or was it? It's not so clear. Maybe he paid for that spot. Maybe it was his personal spot. Maybe it wasn't their spot at all. But I, Lori Michelle, speak to Hashem, the King of the Universe. And I looked at this and I said, what the heck, Hashem? And Hashem could have said, no, Lori, he's right, they're wrong. And I would have said, really? And he would have explained it to me. But I was right. The guy was a jerk. You're right. The guy was a jerk. The women were right. It was their spot. And so what? And so what? The Ukraine. The Ukraine belongs to Russia, after all. It's part of Russia. That's what Vladimir Putin says. That's what a lot of Russian people believe. Ukraine, there's no such thing. It's Russia. It's my spot. It's my country. It's my way. You're a left-wing libtard. I said so. I'm right. You're wrong. You're always positioning yourself to make someone else wrong. In the meantime, the people of the Ukraine are dying. Bombs, they're not nuclear yet. I haven't turned on my phone in the past 5 minutes. Maybe Putin dropped a nuke on them. I don't know. Do you know? You seem to know everything, don't you? But you don't know what I know. And what I know comes straight from the top. The King of the Universe explains it all. Why? We're in World War III. And a lot of people don't want to face that. They'll tell you, oh, he'll never use nukes. He's not that stupid. He's just saber rattling and scaring everybody to get what he wants. I could paint a picture for you about Vladimir Putin and make him sound like a righteous hero. I could do that right now. He says, yes, I could. And you're thinking, you're a nut. And no, I'm not. I'm the Mashiach. You all think you got it all right. And you all have something right, but you're all getting things dreadfully wrong, like stealing a spot from someone and it's not your spot at all. Apartheid Israel sound familiar to you? Is there really apartheid Israel? Oh, I don't believe in any of that. I know. No, you don't. I know. And the only reason I know is because he explained it to me. Don't you want to know? Aren't you the least bit curious how grandma is going to save the world? I'm really not going to. He said, I am. It's really you. You have to. You have to get off your high horse and listen to me. I'm doing this for you. I don't sound like I'm doing this for you. I sound like I'm angry at you. I'm a bit frustrated. Do you ever get angry with your children? Are you a parent? Do you ever get angry with your children for not listening to you? Of course you do. Well, now you know how I feel. So listen up, children. I'm trying to help you and teach you something that you don't already know. Bubby's the Messiah. Wake up. Because if you don't wake up this way, the nukes are going to fall soon. How soon? I don't know. He won't tell me. Will Vladimir Putin use nukes? He's not bluffing.